How does $6,000 gold sound to you? What about silver at $100 or $200 per ounce? Well, have you ever heard of a guy named Warren Buffett? Warren Buffett says that derivatives are the equivalent of financial weapons of mass destruction. And we've got a lot of derivatives to talk about. It will blow your mind when you hear about these derivative contracts owned by most of the major financial institutions, not only in the United States, but the world, and what would happen if, remember, Warren Buffett is who said this, that financial weapon of mass destruction were to detonate. And are there stresses, are there right now in the system that could trigger that detonation? Let's talk about that and a lot more right now. If you thought the U.S. government printing money should have sent the price of gold and silver through the roof, when you hear about what's going on with these derivatives, weapons of financial mass destruction, you will be shocked. It makes Jerome Powell in the United States Federal Reserve look like well-behaved school children. So let's quickly learn about derivatives. Put your thinking cap on, right? You can get this. It's very simple, actually. It sounds like a fancy word, derivative. Trust me, you can grasp this concept. Basically, what's gone on? Major financial institutions use derivatives to transfer risk to other financial institutions. So a big bank loans somebody some money. They're afraid that that somebody may not pay the money back. So they go to another big bank and they say, do you want to ensure that this guy we loaned the money to is actually going to pay us? And they pay like an insurance premium to the other bank so that the other bank ensures that the guy they loaned the money to is actually going to pay back. Well, then that bank, it goes out and does the same thing. It has turned into a massive, tangled web of financial agreements between major financial institutions. And when I tell you what it all adds up to, you will not believe it. Now, I don't know how you see this, but I don't know how else to explain it. To me, it seems like a form of incest within the financial services industry. All these tangled webs of agreements, and it's just not good. Now, thank you for joining me in Ron's Basement. You are always welcome here. If you like diving a little deeper into these subjects, going into the deep end of the pool, come on back. I'll put out a video every day. Turn on the bell notification. That way you'll get alerted every time I put out a new video. You can subscribe right here. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Whether you agree with me, disagree with me, share something so we can learn from you and about you. And do you want to know something really interesting? The total amount of all these derivatives, it only comes to $2 quadrillion. What the heck is a quadrillion? Now, we know what a trillion is. A trillion is 1,000 billion. 2 quadrillion, well, that would just be 2,000 trillion. It is astounding what these relationships, what they've, when you aggregate them all together, I'm speechless. I don't know your thoughts on this. $2 quadrillion. And if it blows up, it would wipe out the value of all the Western fiat currencies. But that couldn't happen, right? Well, it kind of sort of did. Remember the great financial crisis? Remember AIG? Remember how they kind of swept a lot of stuff under the rug, right? Like the government came in and saved the day, bailed out the big bankers. There were no ramifications to them for their financial mismanagement, their financial incest. And remember, 2 quadrillion total worldwide debt, 350 trillion. So the amount of these derivatives is 6 times the amount of the already record level worldwide debt that we have right now. And absolutely, gold and silver would skyrocket if these crazy arrangements came home to roost and that financial Armageddon was unleashed. We don't really want to see that, but let's take a step back and look at the current conditions going on in the world right now. Just a quick glance at geopolitics, right? Our relationship with Saudi Arabia, China, Russia, that is tenuous. But most importantly, when it comes to these financial derivatives, the ultra-strong dollar is putting huge stress on economies throughout the world. We know the world is heading into a recession, and high interest rates, that's also stressing the whole system. And what are we hearing about lately? Deutsche Bank and Credit Suisse, right? They've got major problems. Those are two of the biggest financial institutions in Europe. Some people are even saying that the Fed is kind of doing a backdoor bailout of Credit Suisse right now. And maybe you've heard liquidity in the U.S. Treasury market is near all-time lows. That's the bellwether of the world of debt instruments. All-time low. There is stress everywhere. And if one of these derivative dominoes starts to fall, it can easily set off an avalanche of financial Armageddon. We don't want that. We hope that doesn't happen, but we have to look at things realistically, right? We're trying to protect ourselves, trying to protect our families. We're walking down this path. We got our flashlights out. We're shining them around, and we're seeing signs of trouble. Now, gold and silver, well, guess what? They've seen this show a few times in the last 5,000 years, right? They've survived all types of financial mismanagement, Armageddon, geopolitical risk, whatever the case may be. My money is betting that they will, gold and silver, survive again. I don't have a crystal ball. But when we look around at what's going on, it's pretty scary, and I personally feel safe with investments in the precious metals and the precious metal mining stocks. We'll see what happens. Hey, thanks for joining me here in Rod's Basement. You know you're always welcome here. I'll look forward to seeing you, yes, you, again.